Hi and welcome back to the channel. I'm Costa and we're here at Evolution Australia and we're going to be checking out the Tesla Model 3 today.
It's been an interesting journey because my favourite story is that I first of all built the Audi A3.
Yep.
And my wife was concerned it was costing too much money to build, and she was absolutely right. And I said, look, I'll buy and sell some chargers, and it'll just be fine. And would you believe it? There was actually demand for that stuff, not only for the chargers but also for consultancy and advocacy and all those kind of things that goes along with it. Ultimately, when it comes down to it, there's a practicality about running your car and charging it and the cables you need and all of that kind of stuff. And right from the beginning, it's quite obvious that there wasn't really too much support in Australia, whether it was a Nissan Leaf, an i-MiEV or a Tesla, because that's all that was really available at the time.
Correct, yeah.
So it's been a really interesting journey, and the market's gone through multiple shifts and we've had to move with it ultimately.
I've had a bit of a history here with Russell. I bought my first charger from Russell a couple of years back, and I know that you've actually had a couple of changes of address, and I see this is the new shop, and I've got to say I love it. Looks so clean, ready to go.
Originally we were a home business,
yep, and
then we were working out of a storage unit, then we were working out of, essentially you could argue a roadworthy shop, right, which is what it was. And then we moved to here, and it feels, and even then we're expanding within the premises itself.
I've got to say, I didn't actually know that you were running this as an electric car, and when I first drove in here, it actually just looked like a regular car until it just silently came its way across here onto the stands.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people don't realise that this is how we started Evolution. That this is the genesis of the thing, and you know, and we've designed it to be. Just look like any other car. If you get inside, there's no error lights, there's nothing wacky like you would see, you know, within, you know, like the Back to the Future DeLorean, that kind of thing. There's none of that stuff going on.
No flux capacitor.
No flux capacitor. I unfortunately I did have to disappoint you that way. And we've also we've made it obviously repeatable. So that's the whole point of that. It's not meant to be a hobbyist car as such and one-off. We've designed it such that we can repeat it for all of the Volkswagen Audi platforms going back and forward the last 20 years.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So essentially we've got a Volkswagen Transporter dual cab U, which is a beautiful vehicle. However, it runs on diesel, and when I get time to stretch myself, I'll be able to basically drop the drivetrain out of this and put it straight into the Volkswagen Transporter without any issues whatsoever.
And it's where all the buzz is happening, and all about this little baby here. Okay, so we made it here, and the Model 3 has made it here with us. We'll just take a bit of a round tour of it. I gotta say, it feels right. So why don't you tell us what's going on here, mate?
Yeah, so as you see, there's no dashboard at all. Everything is that one center screen that you have in the middle. You control everything basically on that screen itself. So like when you want to control the side mirrors, that's how you control the mirrors. So you use the wheels over here. So left and right, up and down.
Yes, very good, very good.
And you can save your profile as well. So, for example, if you have multiple drivers for the car, you can then save it, so you can save one for yourself, one for your partner and stuff.
We look on up, we can see up through here. Say good day, Oscar.
Hi.
And plenty of room in the back, I see, as well. Much more than your average smaller car?
Yeah.
and Dave's doing something very exciting. I believe Dave is going to tell us the story, but it involves making old Land Rovers usable again.
Yes.
Dave,
So,
what's going on, my friend?
So what we're doing is taking old Land Rovers like this, about 1968, somewhere like that. So old Land Rovers from the 60s and 70s, and you know they never had the greatest engine in the first place.
No, that's right. So
And
you used to have an engine in
no
there,
engine in here,
but something better now.
But what they are great at is that all the bodies are aluminium. They haven't rusted away. They're actually a really great forward drive. They look cool. They've got a great shape, and the forward drive system's still really capable. And so one of the things is, you know, it's horrible to see cars just get crushed and thrown away. When you've got perfectly good cars, that importantly, having a really simple frame and body on top means that they are a perfect EV conversion.
Great. And they've also got a lot of carbon built into them when they were originally built.
Exactly. So we're basically upcycling them, trying to reuse as many parts as possible. And we're also still in aluminium, and so what we're doing is taking out the old motor, if that's any good, that's being, you know, sold off and reused, but putting in a small electric motor, yay big, and then being able to fill up the frame with batteries. And so all this space, this ladder frame, runs through the whole car. So we can put batteries here, we can put batteries down the side of the car and also in the rear. And in a small model like this, and you can see this is only as long as a hatchback, we can put about 45 kilowatts of batteries into this. So that's the same, we can fit into this basically the same as you get in a new Nissan Leaf, something like that, without taking up any cargo space. So that's all underneath in the body of the car, just like a Tesla skateboard platform.
Great, and that'll give you well over 150 k's of range.
Absolutely.
Well over 150.
The challenge is the aerodynamics of the vehicle.
Of course, and the weight.
But I think, you know, most of the time you're doing 60 k's at most on a dirt road, for example.
So what do the cars get used for?
So our dream with these is to be able to get these out in sort of rural and regional Australia where they already are. Yep. But get them out so people can rent them. Like you're in Byron Bay, you're in, you know, Townsville, you're in Broome, wherever it might be.
So you get the rural experience without all the pollution.
Or even somewhere closer, like say Bendigo. You know, we know that thousands of tourists are taking a train to go to Bendigo, see art galleries. But then what do? How do they get a little bit further? There's very few rental cars in regional areas. There's very poor public transport infrastructure.
So are you providing these cars to these places?
So that's what we're doing, is working with local tourism organisations, sort of private venues, whether that's a winery or a hotel or whatever, to be able to, with electric charging, you don't need all the servicing and the infrastructure that a normal rental car company needs. So kind of like car share, basically you can have these vehicles that are cool and fun and desirable and very different to your normal car. Modern car that also feels kind of at home in country town or in a wine region or something like that.
Yeah, that's a really great idea. So you're funding these cars to be out there, and people just rent them off you whenever they get there.
Yeah. So
that's a great initiative.
This is a customer's car. He's in Queensland, and so this is going to be the car on his property, and we'll be fitting this out with, you know, as you can see, it's a very tiny ute.
Yep.
But that's what we need. So
great. Also means he doesn't have to go anywhere and pump fuel, so he can just take it.
And that's a big thing. So we're working with a few customers who have farms across the country, and many of those have got a really sustainable agriculture practice. They're running regenerative farming practices. They've got sheds full of solar. Everything that they're doing is basically
geared towards, and also geared towards this kind of vehicle.
And what's the last piece of that puzzle is that they're still filling up utes with diesel. And so the great thing about the Land Rover platform was that, good and bad, good for us, was that from the early 60s or late 50s through about 2014, the basic dimensions are the same. So we can take an early 2000s dual cab ute with a ton of payload, just like the perfect farm truck, and put hundreds of kilometres of batteries into that and make a totally feasible replacement that costs the same as, even with all the batteries, it would be the same as buying a new Land Cruiser.
Great. That's a great story. Thank you, Dave. I really appreciate you taking the time to tell us. Oh, I tell you what, I've got to get better at this camera work.